Hello everyone, this is Neronium, doing an update video for you all as it's been almost 2 months since the last update video. I did actually have another update video already made in the past, but I had to scrap that one and update it with this one. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? So first off, I want to apologize for the lack of regular video updates. I've been mostly updating on the communities tab and on my Blue Sky about stuff that's been going on. For a quick summarization, let's just say I've been having a lot of technical problems. I had to reinstall my operating system about 2 weeks ago, and then last week I was having a bunch of just software and hardware issues that resulted in me being unable to record stuff, which is why certain projects were delayed. One of the projects that was primarily delayed was Okami HD. Okami HD has restarted now after taking a couple-day break. The whole issue I was having was my capture card wouldn't process audio from my PlayStation 5 or my Xbox Series X, or technically my Nintendo Switch if I didn't have it connected into my RetroTink, and then my RetroTink wasn't showing up on my capture software either. AverMedia recently released a new capture software known as Streaming Center, and it sometimes works, and it would help if it worked with the firmware update that AverMedia put out for my capture card model that did not work. I had to revert my capture card to a previous firmware version just to get audio back to normal. And I've gone back to ReCentral 4 for right now just to keep the flow going for right now. But anyway, Okami HD took a large hit when it came to recording, and I'm glad it's restarted up now. There are a few other reasons why it didn't get recorded as much as it should. It wasn't really necessarily that I didn't have time. Besides the technical problems, I did have time. But we'll get into what I recorded instead in a second. Just know that Okami HD is back on its Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday time slot and should hopefully be continuing for a while. I have to do another session, but luckily this week is a short week for me work-wise, so I'm going to spend most of my Friday recording Okami HD just to get a huge bulk for it. Now, another project that is continuing on, but actually is impacted, is Ape Escape Million Monkeys. I know I haven't really talked too much about Million Monkeys, but I should mention that in my reinstall of Windows 11, I lost footage. Not of the main project, but of the bonus part of Ape Escape Million Monkeys, and this is ultimately my fault. Ape Escape Million Monkeys had one bonus part where I went through the Coliseum mode and got the 3rd crown for that mode. The problem that happened was when I reinstalled Windows, I lost that footage. And I never rendered out that episode because I hadn't done commentary for it. It was going to be a post-commentary run-through of the Coliseum. The Coliseum is basically, in Million Monkeys, just a continuation of the high-tech tournament from Ape Escape Pumped Prime. The only difference is you don't have like these big sprawling arenas. You're literally just in a cage match against 4 other people. It's how you unlock the secret characters of Dark Spectre, Virus Cassie, Dark Jake, Volcano, and Legend that I got in the episode 0 through the codes on the password screen. But since I don't have that footage anymore, I can't really release the video. I might still have the save file. I'm pretty sure I do. I could record it, but I honestly don't really see a point because there's nothing really exciting that happens except I just kept using the professor's explosion technique, and it got me through every single tournament every single time. And I won every single time because of it. That special is broken. But because Ape Escape Million Monkeys lost its bonus part, the project now ends on March 26th. But what will be taking the place of Ape Escape Million Monkeys has actually already been recorded. But before we get into that, we have a game that I recorded way too much of. And that is Super Mario Galaxy 2. Super Mario Galaxy 2 has had 120 stars fully collected in the game, and now will be ending with the 120th regular star on April 15th. But I was debating the entire project on whether I should go after the green stars. For those that have never played Super Mario Galaxy 2, green stars are extra stars added into the game, and they are pretty much, I guess you could say, an early prototype of what Nintendo would do with the moons in Super Mario Odyssey, in that they are everywhere. And not only that, there are 120 green stars. I will be getting the green stars, but I am holding off on recording more Super Mario Galaxy because I've already recorded enough of that project, to say the least. Now, with Super Mario Galaxy 2 out of the way for right now, it looks like when I get all the green stars and do the Grand Finale Galaxy, not Grand Finale Galaxy, that's Galaxy 1, Grand Master Galaxy is Galaxy 2. It looks like it'll be May when Super Mario Galaxy 2 finishes. If not, probably early June. So, hard to say at this time. But, what will be taking the place of some of these projects? Well, with Ape Escape Million Monkeys, the project has already been determined, and that is Knuckles Chaotix for the 32X. So, fun fact about this. When I first started experimenting with the Streaming Center program for ReCentral 4's replacement, I needed a project to record that it did not matter if the footage could be used or not. If it could be used, then hey, I could use it as a project. If not, oh well, I could do it later on, or if I needed to, I didn't need to worry. I didn't want to use a game that autosaved like Super Mario Galaxy 2. Ironically enough, I would use Super Mario Galaxy 2 later on after this project. Knuckles Chaotix is interesting in that it's the only reason I own a Sega 32X. Now, you might be wondering, well, I thought that you were going to do Sonic Mania for the next classic Sonic game after Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. Well, I ended up coming across a 32X real cheap, so I decided to grab that. And then I decided to play Sonic, game that he's not a part of, with Knuckles Chaotix, because Sonic Mania actually references Knuckles Chaotix a lot. So Knuckles Chaotix actually will be starting on... I'm thinking of adding an episode 0 to that project. It's 11 parts, but for the most part, it will be starting on, I want to say March 31st. And then it goes until April 23rd, which is funny because the episode before, episode 10 in that project, which episode 11 is the finale, is the 30th anniversary of Knuckles Chaotix's release date. So I'm playing Knuckles Chaotix in the month of its 30th anniversary. I did not plan that in the slightest, it just happened to work out that way. Now, what will be taking the place after Knuckles Chaotix? Because I had decided, well, you know, I've already recorded Knuckles Chaotix, and April's gonna come sooner than later, so clearly I need to do something to take the place of that. And then I recorded Sonic Mania. Yeah, I just went straight for it, recorded Sonic Mania, So far, it's not completely recorded. I've recorded the Sonic and Tails portion of the game, but I still need to do the Knuckles playthrough, and I'm going to do Encore mode because Encore mode has a different ending than the rest of them. I'm not doing a separate Tails playthrough, just like how I didn't for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles, and the primary reason for that is Knuckles and Tails' 100% ending is exactly the same. Sonic's is the one that's different, and Knuckles has different level layouts and different bosses in some stages. So I decided, okay, in that case, I might as well just do a Knuckles playthrough and a Sonic playthrough, and then Encore mode, because like I mentioned beforehand, Encore mode has different endings for the game, and has Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel as playable characters, thus making things a little bit different. So yeah, I was kind of busy just recording a lot of Sonic stuff and just recording a bunch of stuff in general that was not related to Okami HD, or the other project that I haven't mentioned yet, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door HD. Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door HD is still on schedule, no changes there. I didn't record it for a while, but that's because I had a large bulk for it. This weekend I'm focusing on Okami HD to get far ahead, but obviously I'm also going to record some of the Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door HD just to make sure that I keep that project flowing. Now, the reason why I'm doing all these projects with recording and getting so much bulk is it really gives me time to like watch streams or even stream myself with things like the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion live stream, which has fully restarted at this point. And I really have fun with that. So I'm also probably going to do Oblivion this weekend because I am out of bulk of that again. But it's always fun to play the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. And it's just interesting how much time I have now that I space out my projects. Now, finally, the last thing I want to talk about are reviews. I'm still working on them. They're kind of low on the priority right now. I kind of do this every once in a while where it's like, you know, hey, I can work on this review, but then I'm like, well, I could also just do the things that actually get more views, which are the, you know, actual projects. So yeah, that's pretty much everything in this long update video. I know, I went over a lot of stuff, and the main reason is because, well, it's been busy for me when it comes to recording stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. So anyway, everyone, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Neronium. Stay tuned for the continuation of Okami HD, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, the end of Ape Escape Million Monkeys this month, as well as the continuation of Super Mario Galaxy 2, the start of Knuckles Chaotix, the eventual start of Sonic Mania, and the continuation of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion livestream. See you all next time.